to ensure it's operating properly and that your Portanailer has the correct shoe for the thickness of the flooring you're installing. For step 1, clean the subfloor before we roll out the builder's 15-pound asphalt felt building paper lapped 2 to 4 inches along the edge seams. This helps keep out dust, retards moisture movement from below, and helps prevent squeaks during dry seasons. Direction of the flooring should be at right angles to the joists. Next, snap down some chalk lines. This will help us make sure the floor pattern will be parallel to the walls. And don't forget to allow approximately 3/4 of an inch between the wall and the flooring for expansion. Lay the first strip along the straight line, with the tongue of the flooring facing away from the wall. Using the Portanailer with its accessory face nailing shoe sold separately, drive nails through the top surface of the flooring. Face nailing can also be accomplished by hand nailing, using a 16 to 18 gauge finish nail or a finish nailer. Make sure that you countersink the nail and conceal using wood putty. Next, we rack the flooring. This simply means placing all the flooring into position ahead of time so that all the joints will be staggered at least 6 inches apart when nailed. Work from the left side of the room to the right and then repeat. Now we face nail into place the second and third strips as we did in step 3 until we're far enough away from the wall to position the Portanailer so we can begin blind nailing. That means nailing through the tongue of the flooring. To make sure the joints are tight, it may be necessary to clamp the second and third strips to the first, but only if the material is slightly bowed. Think tight and you'll do it right all the way. Nailing the rest of the flooring will become faster and easier as you proceed. Designed to be used with gloves, even the hammer has deep-cut grooves to help you maintain a good grip. Use the rubber end of the hammer to tap the flooring tongue side into place so that the groove fits snugly against the tongue of the previous row. With the Portanailer hammerhead at your command, you'll hammer home the Portanails with ease. A firm hit to the ram of the nailer is all it takes. It does not have to be a hard blow. The ratcheting action of the ratchet assembly prevents the ram from returning to its full upward position until your nail is properly seated. Watch this. Here's what happens to the ram if a nail is not properly seated. See how it stops the return action? This lets you know that you need to hit the ram again and drive the nail to its proper position. It means you can also be assured the nail has been properly seated and the floor is being tightly driven together. We call it preferred seating. Space nails every 10 to 12 inches and near the ends 1 to 3 inches. An effort should be made to hit a joist as often as possible. Once you've installed most of the flooring with the new 402 Portanailer, then simply change to the face nailer shoe and put down the last 6 strips for a job well done. Again, if this accessory is not available, you can face nail by hand or use a finish nailer to complete the job. Next are some tips to make the job go even smoother. For starters, you don't have to overpower the Portanailer. Gripping the nailer too tightly and making your body rigid can cause you to move the nailer when you try and strike the ram with a hammer. You'll be a much more efficient nailer by using a loose, comfortable stance. Also, just use a normal blow to drive the nail. Remember, with the Portanailer, you can always take a second or third stroke to properly nail the nail if needed. You don't need to go back and set nails by hand with the Portanailer. You want your flooring to last a lifetime, but it's only as good as the installation.